Hello students, it's me again, Mr. O, this time about dimensional analysis, the other way to convert units. One way we already learned, that's based on the metric prefixes. The King Hector died by drinking chocolate milk, and you may need to use this on this one also. But here we're going to use a railroad track. So the word railroad track goes right here. And what it looks like is a line and a couple of dividing lines. And this long line here in the middle, that is a dividing line. Just like if in math you have something like this, 7 times 5 times 8, and then you make a line that means divided by 10 times 5 times 3. And then one thing that's important is, you see there's the 5 two times. And when you have the same thing on top and on the bottom, you can cancel it out. Because it wouldn't make any sense to make something times 5 and then divide by 5 again. That's just the same thing. So here's how to use it. First problem is, we want to convert 25 inches to centimeters. We need a conversion factor for this. And the conversion factor for inches and centimeters is that in every 1 inch there is 2.54 centimeters. We make our railroad track, so long line, and we start on the upper left side always with our given information. Now when you write down anything into the railroad track, make sure it has the number and it has the units, because that will help you not to mix it up and get things upside down. So our given information here is 25 inches, IN stands for inches. And we want to go to centimeters. So centimeters must replace the inches, and we put them here. And inches need to go away because we don't want to end up with inches times centimeters as units, but just centimeters. So inches must cancel out. In other words, inches must go down here so they can cancel out. Now looking at our conversion factor, the number 1 goes in front of inch and 2.54 goes in front of centimeters. So 2.54 and then 1 inch here. Now do this. Scratch out what cancels out. And then you are left with centimeters. Now all you have to do is just put this in the calculator, and if you do that and calculate 25 times 2.54, you will get 63.5, and that is centimeters. Box your answer, there you have it. Another example, it is your puppy dog's 2nd birthday and your puppy dog's 2 years old today. We want to know how many seconds is that, so 2 years in seconds. Again, this is our given information, 2 years. This goes right up here. And we want the years to go away, so we have to put it down here again. But what are we going to convert it to? Should we go from years to months? That's probably not a good idea, because once we go from months to days, we have a problem because months have different numbers of days. So let's go directly to days. There are 365 days in 1 year. That's your conversion factor. And so you write 365 days for every 1 year. Then year goes away. Next, you go from days to hours. Now days needs to cancel out. It goes down here, and hours goes up here. What's the conversion factor? There are 24 hours in 1 day. And now day goes away. Next, we go from hours to minutes. Hour needs to cancel out, so 1 hour for every 60 minutes, hour cancels out. And last but not least, for every 1 minute, there are 60 seconds, and minutes cancels out. Now put this all into the calculator. 2 times 365 times 24 times 60 times 60, and you get to a really big number. It's 63,072,000, and that's seconds. Okay, now try the same thing with the 2.5 miles to go to school. Here's two conversion factors. So you give it information 2.5 miles, and then we know that there's 5,280 feet for every 1 mile, and then there's 3.28 feet for every 1 meter. Set up your railroad track. 2.5 miles. First we go from miles to feet. Miles has to cancel out, so 1 mile, 5,280 feet. Miles cancels out. Next we go from feet to meters. Feet has to cancel out, so it goes down here. Meters goes up here. The number in front of meters is 1, and then 3.28 feet. Feet cancels out. Put in your calculator, 2.5 times 5,280 divided by 3.28, and you will get the number 4,024.4 meters.